Hello and welcome back to the Cronecast at the Rising Moon. My name is Elaine, and on this channel I do weekly and monthly energy reads with candle magic assistance. I do divine and spirit guide message reads, sometimes with candle magic assistance, sometimes with pendulum assistance. I do weekly guidance with spirit guides reads, also with candle magic assistance. I do yes and no tarot, I do predictive tarot, and I also do active magic candle magic tarot. Today I've got a combination for you. It's active magic candle magic tarot that's also a yes or no format. And the reason I'm doing it is this question comes up in my professional reading all the time. It is, have I been cursed? Yes or no? And I'm combining it with a clearing work. Now, this is not the same thing as an entire curse breaking work that you can have done by a professional, but it should help lift some of the darker energies and give us some clarity on the read. In most instances, people have not been cursed, but I actually have had clients who were cursed. Usually it has to do with who they've been associating with. Sometimes practitioners are on the other side of broken relationships. All kinds of things can happen that can cause somebody to decide to kind of throw darker energies at you. So today we're going to have a 4-pile pick a card presentation. This is pile number 1, pile number 2, pile number 3, and pile number 4. There's going to be an insert in a moment so that you can pick your pile. See which one calls out to you. All of the candles have been anointed already with a specific type of, it's going to be an uncrossing type of oil already. And then I also have psychic cleansing oil as the base for all of them. I don't like to say which one is anointed with which until such time as the reading because I don't like it to influence your decision. Take a moment, see which one calls out to you. I will see you at the time of your reading, and let's hope that all the answers are no. Take care. Back. If you chose candle number 1, this is your candle, this is your reading. Your candle was anointed again with psychic cleansing oil first, and then it was also anointed with protection from evil. Now this particular type of oil is very good for, a lot of the times we will carry a presence with us, an energy signature from places that we've been, things we've encountered. This is not necessarily from a man-made or a spell cast. This is usually from I encountered a darker energy. There's something left over that surrounds me that was attracted to me after my heart was broken, after I was grief-stricken. Like energy attracts like energy. Sometimes curses are not curses at all. They are simply dark energies that weren't sent forth. Sometimes they are ancestral. This would also indicate ancestral curses. So we're going to go over what's on the spell plate first. And by the way, if the answer turns out to be yes, don't worry, I will have some suggestions for you. I'm hoping it's no. It actually takes a lot of energy to purposefully curse somebody. And this pile could indicate a purposeful curse. We're going to find out. So what's on your particular candle plate is, first there is a ring of ginger infused salt. And that is actually to burn away anything that is surrounding you so that we can get a good look in. The salt is protective. Salt is protective within all spell workings. Then I have a ring of red clay salt, and that's very grounding. That's in case anybody has kind of perpetrated a psychic attack against you. This red salt, this red clay salt, will help draw your energies back down into the earth, will ground out and draw away dark energies. And then that is surrounded by gray salt, which is volcanic salt as well. That is also for helping to burn through anything that might be surrounding you and obscuring the view. Because one of the things with curses is a lot of times they can be obscured by a practitioner. So we just want to get a clear view into what's going on. Then I have some eucalyptus leaves. These are actually from my backyard, so they're very fresh. I have some rosemary on top of that. Those are both very cleansing type of agents. Particularly the eucalyptus works very quickly to dissipate dark energies, and then the rosemary works better in a longer term protection factor. That's surrounded by a ring of fresh lavender. Again, it's from my garden. The fresher something is, the more that a practitioner has interacted with it, the more likely it is to carry their personal energies and their personal oomph. And then as per usual, we have a carnation, because carnations amplify the power of magic being done. They kind of give it that extra oomph, that extra insistence. We're going to put that over here. We have a variety of oracle decks, and then I have two tarot draws. I did the vice versa tarot for the past of the situation, and then this is the resolution. What do your oracle cards say? We have mending. Not sure if that's, oh, fear. Oh dear. Kindred partnership, purity, trust, miracles, awesome, heal the ouch, and come together. Okay, well, so mending and fear. I have to tell you, group number one, already it's looking like somebody might have aimed something at you. I don't know that this is an energy you've encountered. I don't know if it's ancestral curses follow you. They can be, for instance, if somebody you were related to 200 years ago did something they really, really shouldn't have done, and they crossed paths with somebody who was really deeply into the arts, then they can put a curse on your family. It is possible that's what's going on here. Mending and fear suggests that there is a dark energy around you that you do need to try and release, as does kindred partnerships and purity. There may be somebody you're connected to. This is also part of why you're asking the question. It could be a rival. It could be somebody from the past. Candidly, I have been cursed in the past, and to this day, I have no idea why somebody cursed me. You can't do it anymore because I have protective magic all the way around me at this particular point, but I gave up magic for a long time because my ex-husband was afraid of it, so I didn't do it for a long time. And during that period, somebody apparently put a despair and destruction curse on me. I have since had it removed. I know how to remove it myself, and I have protective magic around me at all times. My home is protected, my animal's protected. I really went deep on protection after that. And I still don't know why the person did it. I just know that readers would pick her up and describe her over and over and over again. And as far as I know, I never did anything to the woman that I know of. Then I have trust and miracles. You do have divine intervention on this with heal the ouch and come together. Let's see what this is. It's possible that this is just part of a heartbreak situation. I have the world in reverse, Ace of Swords in reverse. I have the Two of Wands in the upright. This is the past of situation. I have the Page of Cups in reverse. I have the Six of Pentacles in reverse. Four of Wands in reverse. And then I have the Three of Swords in reverse. So, this looks very much like a yes to me, and I was not anticipating that, and it is not the type of curse that I thought it was going to be. Following the dissolution of a relationship, it looks like there is a breakup in the past. If you have a partner, this may involve somebody they were involved with in the past. It does not, you may not know them. They may have cast a spell on him that any of his partners, him or her, are cursed going forward. This is severing ties. This is making choices to make sure that they are always unhappy, that all of their relationships end in heartbreak, and that there is no chance to heal. Okay, that can happen to any of us, and in certain communities, it's very, very common for curses to be enacted. I have Judgment, Two of Cups in reverse, King of Cups in reverse, Six of Swords in the upright, Three of Wands in the upright, and then Temperance. So, hey, group number one really, really was not anticipating this part. This is a very solid yes. It does have to do with a relationship in the past. It could be your past or your partner's past. It can, I'm actually a little startled. I thought all of these were going to be, well, I hoped all of them would be no. Never fear. Your own good karma is coming to your rescue. You do have divine intervention on your side. That is what happened to me as well. The reason that the curse didn't, it was a curse that was apparently intended to kill me. It did not work, and in fact, I had divine intervention to help get me out of a situation that was very dangerous, actually. If you have higher powers protecting you, what I channel is the advanced spirit of communication, the Archangel Gabriel. That's what intervened on my behalf. After that, I did go to a skilled practitioner who removed it, and it took a couple of months to remove. Whoever did it to me was dead serious about making sure that I did not ever thrive again. They will never be able to curse me again. I did not do a reversal. I don't do reversals, and the person I went to does not do reversals either. We just sent it away and put up permanent blocking magic. They're not ever going to be able to find me, even in readings, to find my energetic signature. It is something that you can do. You can have a curse broken and then have a fiery wall of protection placed around you. So why did this happen? It is arrival. Arrival from the past for somebody that you love. It does look like it is your soulmate connection. This person thought it was their soulmate. I don't know if it is a person who is particularly known to you. I've got at least one indication here that it was a three-party situation. You were the person chosen. A spell was enacted on the part of the, and they didn't, it's not a despair and destruction. It is blocking of all light. Yeah, this is actually kind of a serious one. This is kind of a serious one. There are different types of curses. There's something called an entropy curse as well. This isn't supposed to challenge your life. Nobody's trying to kill you. They are trying to make sure that your relationship does not survive. This is what it is. You have dissolution energy on you. And it looks to me like an inability to communicate effectively, combined with you should be quite afraid that somebody is going to leave you. And you didn't used to be. If this describes you, by the way, if it doesn't, yay, this is not your pile. Maybe pick another one, or maybe say, hooray, that was my answer, and off you go, and everything is fine. But how are you going to get this off? All right. I am going to pull a couple of oracle cards as well. Sometimes if it's just a brief working, if somebody just kind of sat down and be like, all the bad luck in the world towards that person. And there are shorter term curses there. And particularly if somebody doesn't know what they're doing, half the time they screw it up so badly that they kind of screw up their own life. And it's they don't keep going back and doing the working. I don't get the sense that the person who did this to you had any real training. And I don't think they went to somebody. I think they called up a relative and said, how do I do this? Because they know someone who does do that kind of work. I've got like a little gnat flying around me right now. You're in luck. It just disrupted things a little bit. All you really need to do is start balancing your energies and like sit down and start trying to work on your discussion. There's a purity card with your kindred partnership card. That does mean, okay, we've got patience. I accept that everything happens in divine order. You did have divine intervention. This is partially blocked as it is. It's going to be up to you whether or not you want to contact a professional for removal. I don't think you need to. I don't think you need to. I think you can, practice some good energy management and dissipate this. Make sure to sage your home. Follow it up with something like Palo Santo. Sage is like, it cleanses everything, negative and positive. So it's important after you sage to add something positive in. A sound bowl can help. You can ring a bell as well, something to set a good vibrational tone. You can use Palo Santo, which is a type of holy wood. Make sure you open windows when you sage, by the way. And you can put things like small bowls of sea salt with a lemon in the corner of rooms. That will also help dissolve dark energies. Since this does seem to have something to do with a relationship, I would say that would not be the worst move ever for your bedroom. There is some kind of, I'm going to take this one, pride. I love myself and I see myself in everyone. Oh, part of what this curse would have entailed is trying to destroy your self-image and your belief in yourself, making you feel like you were not merely unloved, but unlovable. Yowza. I'm glad that this person had no idea what they were doing. I do have more than one situation. This is amateur hour for everything, though. This is amateur hour for everything. This is just somebody trying to fling dark energies in kind of a haphazard manner. They didn't know how to prepare anything either. I think you'll be fine. I think you'll be fine. Can I get another card? Okay, I'm gonna 3 times put it down and cut. 1, Okay, there we go. Regret. I know that I cannot change the past. So this is for, we have multiple situations here. Specifically for the people who this was engendered by a third-party situation. It is the decision of the person on the other side of this to continue dwelling in the past, no matter what happened. It is always a good idea to try and let things go. This is my Romance Angels deck, and it is the actual Romance Angels deck. The one that I had been using that I kind of jokingly referred to as the Fomance Angels was a Hay House reprint from like 2009. I went ahead and bought this from Japan. It did come with a Japanese guidebook, but it is an official printing, and it is a copy of the deck that I lost a while ago. And I did that simply because I never really trusted that other deck at the same level that I needed to. So can I get some energies on what happened here? What happened here? Is there anything that we can do for the relationship going forward? And what happened in the past? So I'm going to get 2 for each. Past, please. The past, please. The past, please. Okay, 2 times. All right. Very soon. Clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now. So this is from the past. Okay. All right, I got it. One more time. You deserve love. All right, these are our cards. We're just going to take them. I have, okay. Let your friends help you. Ask for and accept for support from others. This has to do with a connection that was formed. You met somebody who was already with somebody. It looks to me like essentially in the death throes, even when you met this person, you did not truly interrupt somebody else's relationship. You hung on waiting for this person. I've got 4 different situations here. You hung on waiting for this person. The person who was being left behind and was being left before you ever encountered your significant other now. Some of you are going to be in separation, by the way. Went ahead and did, again, they didn't know what they were doing. They tried to do a working on you, and it was not specific to you. So that's part of the reason it didn't land very well. But you should be suffering from anxiety, sleeplessness. Your appetite and your digestion should be very strange indeed. Some days you're going to be voraciously hungry, and some days even the smell of food is going to make you very sick. You're going to have problems with a feeling of despair and being unnaturally afraid of losing your relationship. It doesn't even have anything to do with what's attached to that particular moment. That is part of the curse. Really, start sage, up the vibe. Go ahead and make sure that you're shielding yourself with white light, envisioning things. Try getting a black obsidian too. It will help. You deserve love. Give your relationship a chance, and then keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. Work on your partnership, and you are lovable. These are things to keep in mind. This messed with your mind pretty badly. I have other situations here as well where it wasn't even particular to you. This was a past rival who put a spell on your person now, who is going to have acted very differently since you got together. When you were dating, and for kind of a long time, it looked like you were going to have a very strong commitment. Recently, things have simply gone south, and you're not able to make anything work, and it feels unnatural how much you're fighting. That is the energetic influence. Here's the thing. I think talking to this one, you might need to have it removed. You might need to have it removed because it's tenacious, and it's been with him through 3 other relationships. This one's in a far distance in the past, but he's been carrying it forward. It is now simply in your life. You can block yourself from it. I don't think you'll require a professional for it. Start with energetic balancing. Clear your root chakra. That will get rid of the fear. Always ground, ground, ground. It's important. Hey, I'm actually going to pull this over here so that you can kind of interact with the energies. All of these are activated, empowered. To do specific things. It should help you feel a little bit better in the short term, and you can start looking into ways to clean your energetic fields. Go ahead and by the way, when you sage your home, clean first. Old and dark energies hide in dirt, clutter, and dust. you're going to be able to return to balance fairly easily. And then I have one more situation where somebody who was jealous of you in a workplace situation just kind of threw dark energies at you. It was a one-time candle. They got it from like, it's almost like a novelty shop. Don't worry, you're going to be able to get rid of that fairly easily. Just do the energetic balancing, do saging, do some purification for your home, for yourself. There are always ways to interact with the energies around you and change them into the right order. I don't, in that particular pile, I don't have a tremendous amount of concern that there's no way out of this without, like, you know, going to a pro. I think this is something you're going to be able to handle yourself. And if you feel like you're in over your head, if you're having bad dreams, if it's been a while since you can't even imagine like having interest in life and wanting to do something. And again, this is very particular to a partnership. If you're single, this is not your plate. This is not your plate, and good, because this is difficult energy. But if you're in separation from somebody and you know that they're no longer with that person, this may apply to you. Yeah, contract. Is there a professional working here? I don't think there is a professional working on this group. Somebody felt like your person broke faith with them. What else could we got going here? One of the things that will help with is you can light a Reiki infused candle. They're really easy to find. Get them on Amazon or on eBay. Look for a Reiki infused candle. Get a loved one. Get a loved one after you've saged and Palo Santo'd. It'll just up the vibe. All tied up. You're blocked. You're blocked. So this is a general reading, and so it can't apply to absolutely everybody. But I also have somebody here who just, everything that you're touching just seems like it's turning to crap. And you are wondering if it has to do with a curse and if it has to do with a rival. It does. This is something that you can clear. Get a bell or a sound bell. And you can just, you can put it on a device and carry it around. You don't need to go out and physically get a bell in order to ring it. But ground the energy in your apartment, and that will start as well. The temple path, please go ahead and take a spiritual bath. That is about a cup of Epsom salt with a cup of sea salt. You can, if you can tolerate it. Remember, tarot reader on YouTube. Make sure your skin can tolerate any kind of exposure to something like a lavender essential oil. Lavender is very, very protective, as is rosemary. So a couple of drops in there with that as well. Get into the bath cleaned. Do make sure your hair is already washed. You do need to dunk your head to get it off of you. And it is primarily on you. If you're saying, but my partner seems okay and I'm just the one who's deep in the poo, that's because the spell was aimed at you. Even the person who, it's like 3 partners back that this person did this, it's always going to go after whoever he's with. And this is, I don't mean to be gendered in any way, shape, or form, but this is a man. This is a heterosexual relationship. He has had several partners in the past. That's the only one that's concerning me, because he has had a series of relationships where his partners have had terrible bad luck. They've lost jobs, they've lost contact with family, and they eventually left him over and over again. And that's what the spell is designed to do. That's the one that you might need to really do a little bit of research on how to clear your energetic fields. Start with balancing sound bowls after a saging and a Palo Santo. And again, remember, consult your doctor before interacting with anything that goes on your skin or you're ingesting or that you're bathing in. But those are some practices that can help a great deal. So group number 1, I am sorry, but your answer actually was yes. A little bit surprising, but don't worry, everything's going to be okay. You can take care of this. Take care and be well. And remember, envision the divine light filling you up, flowing through you. It is one of the best things you can do, and you will be able to fight this off, okay? If you would like to book me for a private reading, there's going to be an insert in a moment that has all the information on how to do that. Please don't forget to subscribe. There is a button over there or down below. If you leave a comment in the comment section down below and subscribe, you will be entered in my monthly giveaway. I give away a 60-minute free reading every month for the remainder of 2020, and I would love a chance to read for you. Is there anything else? Is there anything else that you need to know? Don't be afraid. Even if someone has done something to you, There are always countermeasures. There are always countermeasures. You can set up, you can use selenite in your home, you can use black obsidian, you can use rosemary. Start doing a little bit of research. You'll be able to cleanse your home, cleanse your space, and free yourself. There is only one situation here that, again, it's from that past one. Your partner's going to know. It's like, yes, I've had two women previous to that just have their lives fall apart after interacting with him. In one instance, it was a very brief relationship, and it was like a bomb went off in this poor woman's life. She was very energetically susceptible. So that's it for this pile. Take care, be well. I'm sorry that the news was not better. Please don't be frightened. Everything's going to be okay. Welcome back. If you chose candle number 2, then this is your reading, this is your candle. I just lit it again, so it's struggling for just a second. You have, your candle was first anointed with psychic cleansing oil. And I did that with all of the candles, and it was also anointed with peace in the home. So if you've been fighting a great deal in your home situation and wondering, hey, did somebody curse me? This is the pile that is likely to tell you. Now, by the way, I'd like to say it's extremely rare for somebody to be cursed. It's kind of actually not. However, most attempts to curse somebody, the people don't know what they're doing. They don't know how to significantly impact another person's life. They usually just kind of go out and they get a, how do I do this type of spell, usually from YouTube, and it doesn't do the things that they think it's going to. Now, oddly enough, I've already had a yes, and I was not anticipating it, but I'm hoping that this will be a no. Let's go over what's on your spell plate. This, again, should be about you argue a great deal, you struggle with a feeling of despair at times, and seeing your way forward. So, I have on your plate a ring of ginger-infused sea salt. This is to help burn away anything that is surrounding you, particularly heart chakra. Ginger adds heat to a situation as well. Salt is always protective. That is surrounded by a ring of red clay infused sea salt, and that is to ground you again. A lot of the times, the way that darker energies work, and if it's not a spell, it can just be dark energy that you've encountered that builds up from unprocessed feelings, unprocessed grief in particular. The red clay helps ground you, bring you back down, particularly into your root chakra, where a lot of fears and anger reside. That is surrounded by volcanic ash sea salt as well. This is once again just one of the more protective things and gives that really strong oomph. I also have, I have eucalyptus leaves. These are from my garden, along with rosemary, also from my garden. So eucalyptus is one of the quicker acting agents to try and get rid of darker energies. It burns through it very quickly, but it's not long lasting. Rosemary is protective and long lasting. I also have fresh lavender in a circle around this as well. Lavender calms the situation. It helps obscure it from people like readers, psychics. It is a very low level domination herb as well, but in a kind way, sincerely. If I encounter this sometimes in readings when I'm doing readings for people and somebody's had spell work on them, I'll get mildly confused and know that somebody's work has had lavender in it. And then I have a carnation, because carnations amplify the power of things. And I had wanted to do this simply because this question comes up in readings all the time. I had been really startled when I started doing readings professionally, how often people would ask me if they had been cursed. And only recently has the question more and more frequently been yes. I'm hoping this is a no. Let's find out. I have Between Worlds, because there are things also known as ancestral curses. You can carry things forward, darker energies that have been with your families for a while. The Honoring Path, The Loving Woman. I have Transformation, Happiness, Bone Collector. Bone Collector is about unprocessed grief. This is very magical map shifter. I don't think you've been cursed. I don't think you've been cursed. But let's find out this past this situation. This is the Light Seer's deck. I have the Queen of Wands. I have the Fool in reverse. I have the Seven of Cups in reverse. I have the Hierophant in reverse. I have the Two of Pentacles in the upright. And then I have the Lovers in reverse. Yes, you haven't. This is looking like a no. I will check these cards before I comment too much on it, but it's very much looking like a no. I have the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, the Chariot in the upright, Ten of Pentacles in the upright, Six of Wands in reverse. I have the Queen of Swords in reverse with the Ten of Wands in reverse. This is a pretty solid no, but let's talk about why you feel kind of as if nothing ever goes right for you. Bone Collector contains the answer here, as does you've had the end. It looks to me like the end of a relationship stayed with you and stayed with you and stayed with you, and it's because it's your heart chakra that needs some work. You can do healing sound bowl, heart chakra activations after, again, working on the bottom three, because the root chakra is the one that contains fear, and it also, fear is the opposite energy of love. It does look as if this was something about disappointed dreams in a relationship that caused actually functional depression, high functioning depression that you haven't recovered from. And that's okay. That's okay. Bone Collector, the Bone Collector card in the Enchanted Map Oracle is about every time that we're wounded, it leaves something within us that needs to be resolved. If we don't resolve it, then essentially the energy of the Bone Collector occurs, in which you have something that you need to address and release. It is within your power. Magical Stream is about, Magical Map Shifter is creating your own reality. You're going to be able to deal with this by yourself, by doing some psychic cleansing activities. Use healing sound bowls. I'm such a broken record about that. It's because they work. Don't forget we have a new moon coming up on the 21st. This is a timeless reading, so whenever you see it, it is the right time for you. But you can interact with it at any point. And on the new moon, there's going to be an eclipse as well. Go ahead and try and do some energetic cleansing for that if you're seeing this in good time. If you're not, then on the new moon, it's a great time to manifest new energies. So on the full moon, do a release of as much energy as you can. Start now, though. All you need to do is work on doing some healing and some processing of some stale emotions that have to do with this. You're not cursed, you just haven't healed yet. And part of the reason that it feels like you're perhaps cursed is that you're a very healing person. I'm always saying that my collective has a lot of empaths in it. We feel other people's feelings and can have a tendency to, unfortunately, be magnets for predators and narcissists. Narcissists are particularly prone to preying on empaths, and they can be very damaging relationships. It is possible that you've had a relationship with a narcissist, but you haven't been cursed. You haven't been cursed. So let's see what we can get that can help. And I'm glad. I was hoping that they weren't all going to be like, yes, 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 good. Light, the fairy queen of light, comes to shed love and light onto your current situation and to remind you that light can penetrate the darkness. Group number 2, you're not cursed. You have depression. And you can get more exercise, make sure you're eating well, and try to sleep appropriately, and reach out to friends. If you don't have good reciprocal relationships, start interacting with people in a community much like this one. There's a very caring energy. When empaths have a tendency to attract takers. But if we can make friends with people who are also empaths, then the reciprocity is essentially right there. We're very prone to giving and we have a hard time taking. So it's important to start interacting with people. Tell them what's going on and be willing to accept their care and love of you as well. It does look as if you really did simply have a very bad relationship breakup that left you feeling terribly depleted, as if your dreams could not come true. Hidden depths. Something hidden is about to come to light, perhaps a secret or memory at the back of your mind. When we expose what's hidden, we can become free. Process your grief. Process your grief. And what the heck does that even entail? It means sometimes you will sit around and just cry until you shake. It does mean confronting that what happened was not right to me. I am not okay with that. It does mean no longer excusing the person who hurt you so badly, because empaths are very gifted at that. We are unfortunately very prone to codependency. That is not a criticism. I am still healing from codependency myself. I think I'm getting there. And that is where you surrender your power to somebody else, essentially. It can happen to anybody. Do not worry about it. You didn't do anything wrong. You just have some things you need to heal from. You can be happy again. You can have lightness again. There are a lot of good things that are trying to come to you. I have action, the thinking man. The thinking man and action. Can I get one more? Okay. I think the thinking man, hostilities. This is conflict. You're conflicted within. You're conflicted within. Can I get one more, please? Can I get one more, please? I'm going to take that. Door to romance. Interesting. So, group number 2. Not only have you not been cursed, that draw just told me that if you're able to heal, your next relationship is coming in. And the thinking man is about, this should be resonating for you. This should be resonating for you. Anybody who's watching this, like, suspects that something has gone far wrong in their lives, and I'm only kind of laughing because, candidly, I was cursed at one point. And to this day, I have no idea why the person did it. And I don't really know why they did it. I gave up magic for a long time because the person I was involved with that I shouldn't have been was afraid of magic. So I gave it up. And I shouldn't have done that. That's almost, textbook giving up your power, but I did. And during that time, for some reason, somebody unknown to me apparently put a despair and destruction curse on me that was intended apparently to kill me. I had divine intervention because of what I work with. Even though I wasn't interacting with it any longer, it's not like it left me behind. So it didn't work. It has since been removed and I have been protected. Everything about me is protected now, and I do dwell in basically protective energies at all times. And I'm just saying that curses aren't as unusual as they might sound, but you can also heal from the darkness. And the thing about the despair and destruction curse that was on me for a while was it didn't allow me to do anything to save myself. That's not what's going on with you. After I had that curse removed, I was able to process grief, sadness, feelings of recrimination, loss of self-worth, a whole bunch of things. Without the cursing aspect, that's what you're dealing with. You've lost a feeling of self-worth, you've lost a feeling of belonging in the world, and you've lost a belief that anything good is going to happen to you. And it is because you got involved in a relationship that was difficult, it was damaging, it took a lot out of you, and in the aftermath, healing has been a tremendous challenge. But group number 2, that is actually what you need to do, energy healing. You may need to find a Reiki practitioner. If you can't afford one, healing sound bowls are available. Start doing Google searches about how to clear your energetic fields. Spiritual baths, self-care that is about energy management and energy balancing. Aligning your chakras is going to help a great deal. And stop blaming yourself. Stop blaming yourself. Also, stop thinking that since I don't have that person, I'll never have love again. You just need to heal from that person. That person was very damaging to you. That person was very damaging to you. Allow the healing to come in. Yes, it will feel overwhelming at first. Reach out to people who care about you. Make new connections and know you are lovable and that this is temporary. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm pleased with the answer of no. I'm pleased with the answer of no. No, there is healing magic available to you as well. You can go to practitioners to have healing magic done on you. I think you should start with what's free and what's available to you and see if it helps. And by the way, if you're continuing to suffer from depression, please go to a medical practitioner. There are medications available. You can utilize multiple areas and find the help that you need. Take care. Be well. If you wouldn't mind subscribing, there's a button over there or down below. I would love to have you as a follower. And if you subscribe, you can drop a comment in the section down below. I'll enter you in my 60-minute free reading giveaway. I give away a 60-minute free reading every month for the remainder of 2020. I announce the winners at my monthly read. I have one coming up. If you'd like to book me for a private reading, there's going to be a link that, there's going to be an insert in a moment with all the information on how to do that, including information about my website that has all my prices and all the services that I offer. Is there anything else? Oh, I'm still jumping on live about once a week. It is free to new subscribers. That doesn't mean you need to subscribe on the day. Hannah, my wonderful mod Hannah, keeps a list and knows everybody who's already had a reading. All you have to do is tell her you're a new subscriber. If you'd subscribed 5 months ago and still didn't get a little free reading from me, it's about a 5-minute read. It's not the same thing as a professional read, but it'll give you an answer to a question. If you're a returning subscriber, there is a $5 donation fee. And that's simply because in order to give something, I do need to receive something. It's called an energy exchange, and all readers really need to honor it. I think that's going to be it for right now. Hey, group number 2, I know you don't feel really well right now, but you will be able to feel better. And when you're on the other side of it, it looks like love's trying to come in again. Take care, be well, and I'll see you next time. And welcome back. If you chose pile number 3, then this is your candle, this is your reading. All candles were anointed first with psychic cleansing oil, and then your candle was also anointed with uncrossing oil. I'm a little concerned because even the name suggests that there has been a crossing. Now I have had a yes and I have had a no. I was hoping it would be all no's, but at this point I'm just grateful that it hasn't been all yeses. Uncrossing does suggest that there may be a working on you though. Let's see. Let's talk about what's on your spell plate first. And the reason I decided to do this video is that it is one of the most common questions I get in readings. And then people are also often told that someone has done magic on them. It used to be less common than it is now. With the predominance of spell work being available just on the internet, people can get angry at you, and half the time they don't know what they're doing and nothing really happens, but people apparently will try and curse other people. I've been telling every group this. I actually was cursed at one point. I don't know who did it to me or why. I just know that I had a despair and destruction curse that was wreaking havoc in my life. Because of what I interact with, I had divine intervention to save me. And I did go to a friend of mine who helped take it off of me. I now know how to remove it myself. And then also I'm just, I hadn't been doing magic because the person I was with at the time, I was with that person for 20 years, was afraid of magic. And I didn't do much magic. I largely gave it up because of their fear of it. And so I wasn't protected, and that's how it got to me in the first place. So let's talk about what's on your spell plate. I have a ring of ginger salt surrounding the anointed candle, and that is to help burn away any darker energies. Salt is very protective. Witches use it around a working to help protect the work. Then I also have red clay infused salt, and this is to help ground. And one of the reasons, and pull darker energies away. I don't do reversal spells, and I don't believe in reversal spells. I think you're still on the hook if you know what something's going to do. So the type of uncrossing that I do takes the energy away and sends it far, far away where it can't hurt anybody. That's one of the things. This is not the same thing as a professional working, by the way, but it should help you feel better. It is good energy to interact with. I always call this magical takeout. I activate, I empower, and I bless everything on these plates. This is energy you should be able to interact with and feel lighter. Then I also have volcanic ash infused sea salt around that, and that is also very protective, and it's that last big blast of trying to blow away darker energies, to burn through anything that does not belong there. I also have eucalyptus leaves. These are from my backyard. Anything that a practitioner interacts with is imbued with their personal energies, and so is the rosemary. So eucalyptus is a fast-acting energy dissipator. It will remove dark energies. It is protective. It's not long-lasting, but rosemary is. Rosemary is protective. Then I also have a ring of fresh lavender. Again, that is from my garden. And I have a carnation, because carnations help amplify and all power in a spell. It'll help give it that extra oomph. Will give it that extra insistence. For whatever reasons, carnations are very powerful flowers. All right, so we have the past, the situation, and then we have like what might have caused somebody, and then we have the celestial deck bringing us the yes or the no, but we have some oracle cards first. I have Go the Distance, Back and Forth, with the Sacred Temple. Oh, you're blocked. Enlightenment, Adventures. I have Intention, and then Commitment. I don't know yet. You have energy fluctuations. I think you're largely healed, group number 3. I don't know that this is going to. I think you've been uncrossing yourself, but let's find out. I have the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. Now, can that happen? Can you break a curse yourself? Yes. Yes, you can. If you do the right energetic management. And by the way, sometimes people have no idea what they're doing, so it does not take a great big professional working. You can go to, I have broken curses. You can go to a professional and have a curse removed. Do everything that's free first. Just take it easy on yourself. See if it works. If you're in desperate need of help, find a practitioner you help. You trust. We can break curses. I have the Knight of Pentacles in reverse, and then I have the Judgment card in the upright. This is hilarious. I think we're describing almost exactly what my situation was, which was there was a working on you, but the divine intervened. This is the card of the Archangel Gabriel. Three of Wands in reverse, Three of Pentacles in reverse, Two of Swords in the upright, King of Swords in the upright. That's the past of the situation. So, you are protected. You are protected by a guardian angel. But you do feel really crummy from time to time. You've been fighting it off pretty hard. You've been trying to find out as much as you can. You've been wondering if it's a curse. It might in fact be ancestral, which is something that is carried with you. Sometimes what happens is it can be the karma or an active working of our ancestors can carry forth through generations. Generational curses are not uncommon, and that's what this is. Intention, commitment. By committing yourself to doing good works in this life, it is one of the things that has helped draw the divine to you. Go the distance. I think you, back and forth, the sacred temple, back and forth is being torn between things. The sacred temple is actually about taking care of everything holistically. Enlightenment and adventures. You've been learning more and more about this. I have the Queen of Pentacles in reverse, King of Swords in the upright, the Tower in reverse, Seven of Pentacles in the upright, Nine of Cups in the upright, Seven of Cups in the upright. Okay, so multiple situations. I have multiple situations. I do have somebody here who's cursed. The Seven of Cups is one of the cards for spell works. Don't worry. Don't worry. You've been doing the work and making the changes that you need to. This is one of those where your own ability to educate yourself and try to find energetic balance has really been helping. This is an ancestral curse. This is an ancestral curse. What happened in the past that brought this about? It was a rivalry, but I think it was actually a professional one. It was not in the United States. It was in a different country. This is at least 175 years ago. The magic that was performed, it was actually simply focus. It wasn't anybody's spell casting. They called upon God. Now I don't do curse work. I don't do curse work, but there is something called a color purple curse, for lack of a better term, and it's the line from the book and the movie: "Until you do right by me, everything you even think about can fail." That's the nature of this curse. Until such time as you correct the karmic mistakes of your ancestors and you have guides around you who are trying to help you with that, you can interact with your guides and interact with the past history to try and have this alleviated. It's no longer an active working. You simply need to do energetic management, try to live the best life that you can, intention and commitment. You're going to be able to take care of this yourself. The King of Swords is clarity, and you've got it in two different places. Things are coming, good things are coming towards you. I think you've done a lot of this work already. I was really afraid when I picked it up and anxiety and then Magician and the Mirror. I'm going to take them both because they fell into my lap. Healer of the ages. Okay, can I... Well, adjacent possibilities and 7th chakra, Archangel Uriel. Hey, good news, group number 3. You don't need to have a curse broken. What you do need to do is reach out to your guides, your ancestors. Reach out to your guides, your guardians, your ancestors, and your angels, and ask for help in healing this. Adjacent possibilities. You don't need a curse breaking. What you do need is good energy management, and then also know that you have almost accomplished this already. You've almost shed the dark energies of the past. Good things are trying to enter your life already as it is. You should feel like things are looking up, and you're simply wondering, was I cursed? Yes, but it was not personal. And that's a very, very strange land to dwell in. You are cursed, but it was a family curse from a long, long time ago. And it did have to do with rivalries. There are multiple scenarios in which this particular group, that is the energy that you're inhabiting. But part of the reason you're watching this reading is that you do have that question. You are wondering if you have done what you need to change. You're thinking of it as karma. You think it's like you ask yourself frequently, what did I do that made all this happen? Because you've been having a rough ride for a couple of years, maybe 3 or 4. It's been a hard time. It's been a hard time. Don't worry. Those cards that were answering whether or not it was a yes or a no indicated that you've done almost everything that you need to. You've been gathering the knowledge and you've been making the changes. Continue with that. Continue with that. But if you experience particularly a painful loss in a relationship, know that that was brought to you in part by it's ancestral. It's just ancestral. Desert Passage, trust there's a divine plan. See, here's what I think. I think that you are the generation where the karma is finally, it's dissipating. And that's why you've been being kind of guided towards practices that will help energetically free you. But like I said, in the last few years, you probably have been very aware that it feels like nothing can go right for you. That's changing. It's changing in the here and now. You're almost through the woods. I have impasse, reflect and redirect your energy. And then I have wise leader, you are a beacon for others. And one more, great adventure, take risk, venture forward. Go towards your healing. Go towards your healing. If you stay in one place and wonder why things never change, and I mean that both physically and then energetically, that's why. You have to make the changes. You have to take the risk that things could get better for them take the risk that things could get worse for them to get better. Change is the way things get better. You have to move into a new energetic field. When I say you have to, you don't have to do anything, but this is not a curse. This is overcoming energies that came with you when you were born. It has been with you since you were a small child. You probably have always felt that there was both a very light and a very dark presence with you, and it is partially because you have been protected. We're going to take that one. Trinket 5, manifesting money and income. There was a 9 of Cups in your in the yes pile to see if it was a yes or a no. It's a no on being cursed in an active sense, yes in an ancestral and historical sense. And then also simply you have started to shift that. And it's been the work of several generations, so know that credit is due to several family members as well. Group number 3. So it's that little in-between ground. Yes, but it's not current and it's nothing you did, and you're almost through the woods because you've been the person who's been trying to free yourself from it. You have, I guessed wrong on what uncrossing oil would do. You're the generation, you're the person, you're the one who will heal generations to come. And actually, time is a weird structure, so you're actually sending healing energy back through the past as well. Keep doing the work that you're doing. You're almost entirely through the woods, and then good things are coming in, and I did see good things developing for you. Take care, be well. Thanks for joining me. If you like this reading, don't forget to subscribe. There's a button over there or down below. If you subscribe and leave a comment in the section down below, I will enter you in my 60-minute free reading giveaway. I give away a 60-minute live stream or remote read video once a month, every month for the remainder of 2020. I announced the winner at my monthly read. If you would like to book me for a private reading, there's going to be an insert in a moment that contains all the information on how to do that. My website has all my prices. I'd love a chance to read for you in real life. And again, thanks so much for joining me. Hey, I am still jumping on live at least once a week. I've cut it down to once a week. If you're a new subscriber, and Hannah keeps a list so you can subscribe now and catch me at one like 2 months in the future, and she will know whether or not you've already had a reading. Then you can have a free about 5-minute reading. It answers like one question. It's actually pretty in-depth. There are recordings of the other ones if you want to check them out and see what it's like. If you're a returning subscriber, there is a $5 donation fee on that, simply because it's an energy exchange. I cannot give away that level of energy without receiving something in return. So that's why. Thanks again for joining me. Take care. Be well. Keep up the good work. You're freeing yourself. Welcome back. If you chose candle number 4, this is your candle, this is your reading. All of the candles were first anointed with psychic cleansing oil. And then, part of my lavender fell off. And then this one is cut and clear oil. There may be some darker energies that you need to release. Hey, it's been an interesting mixed bag. Now, part of the reason that I did this reading in the first place is I actually get asked this kind of a lot in readings. And it used to be kind of uncommon. It's getting more and more common, simply, I think, because people can find practitioners so much more easily with the internet. And sometimes people decide they're simply going to do spell work themselves. Those are less likely to be as effective. It does actually take a lot of energy to effectively curse somebody. I don't do curses. I can break curses, and I don't do return to sender work. I break them and send it far away so it doesn't harm anybody. I have actually been cursed. I gave up doing magic for kind of a long time because I was involved in kind of an unhealthy relationship with somebody who was afraid of magic, and so I stopped doing it. Way to relinquish my power, right? But that is a relationship that is no longer in my life, and I do magic pretty much all the time now. So let's talk about what's on your spell plate, and then we'll get to your cards. I have a ring of ginger-infused salt surrounding the candle base, and that is because ginger will help burn away things. It adds heat, and that helps dissipate the darker energies. Salt is very protective. In any kind of cut and clear work, any kind of uncrossing work, you're always going to see a ton of salt. And then I have red clay infused sea salt surrounding that. The reason being, it will ground things, and that's what you do with the dark energies from a curse, is you send them into the core of the earth, far, far away. I then have volcanic ash surrounding that as well, because it does help kind of blast away darker energies. This is not the same thing as a professional curse breaking, but it will give you sort of a lightning energy if by any chance you happen to have been cursed, but we'll find out soon. Let's go over the rest of the ingredients. I have eucalyptus leaves. These are from my backyard, with rosemary as well. Eucalyptus is a fast-acting dissipator. Rosemary is a longer-term protective agent. Together, that's a really potent combination for kind of hex breaking, jinx breaking, anybody who's trying to energetically impede or cross you. And then also I have a ring of lavender, because lavender is also protective. It's used in professional works to obscure magic. If you've got, and you're using it correctly, magic that you're doing and it's surrounded by lavender, if it's correctly empowered, it will hide that work from people like me. Now, I can usually pick it up because I know what to look for in an energy signature, and also it feels very slightly confusing to try and read on. The first time I ever encountered it, I didn't know what it was. And then I have a carnation, because carnations amplify power in any kind of magical work. So this is the determination, whether it's a yes or no. This is the passive situation, what's leading to ask about this. And I have all that glitters. Oh, is this going to be the one that isn't about a relationship? Behind a mask. Oh no. Angels of the Four Direction. Freedom. I have illumination. Rock bottom. And then rescue. Oh, okay. I'm going to reserve comment for just a moment and get a look at these cards. This was not necessarily what I was anticipating. I have the Hierophant in the upright. I have the Five of Wands in reverse. I have the Ten of Swords in reverse. I have the Two of Cups in the upright. I have the Death card in the upright. And then I have the King of Pentacles in the upright. That is a lot of earth sign energy. I don't know that this has anything to do with a curse. Maybe. The Ten of Swords is one of the cards that will indicate cursing. Two of Cups, it has to do with a deep and personal connection. Something did end. Closure, transformation. This might have involved marriage, or it could have been a Taurus. I've got the King of Pentacles and the Hierophant. That's heavy-duty Taurus. Oh, I've got the Three of Swords in the upright. Six of Swords in reverse. Sun in the upright. Devil in reverse. Magician in the upright. And then the Seven of Swords in the upright as well. So the Magician and the Seven of Swords side by side, there has been energetic manipulation around you. There has been energetic manipulation around you. Is this going to be a yes? I honestly, there has been, it's been a mixed bag. Gosh darn it, I think this is a yes. I'm going to pull some, and if I'm looking just the tiniest freaked out, try not to be. There is, I think this might be related to curse breaking that I did, actually, because part of the energy signature is on here. Somebody I know, I'm not going to go into the specifics of that, but I did have to break kind of a heavy-duty curse not that long ago. On my Instagram, there is a candle that ended up forming almost like the Virgin Mary in what was a fiery wall of protection. It was a professional curse. There is some of that signature. I've got multiple situations. Your stability has been threatened by something as well. And then we also have an ancestral curse having to do with addiction. Okay. Okay. Ancestral curses are, they can be caused by karma, and in this instance they were. I don't think there was ever a practitioner involved in the ancestral work here. You've just been carrying forward darker energies. Let's get you. Thoughts create your reality. The way this manifests is going to be through addiction, mood disorders, an inability to feel like you're thriving. There is an active working in the here and now, though, too. I have multiple scenarios on this group. What is this again? This is cut and clear? Crap, it is. Understand your body. Okay, this has to do with someone who copes with anxiety in the wrong manner as well. Don't drink for anxiety. It's a depressant. It will not help. You can manage it with exercise, if you're truly clinically depressed, please don't self-medicate with alcohol or drugs. Go to a doctor, talk to them. Now, sometimes people respond exceptionally well to cannabis as treatment for depression. That is up to you whether or not the state that you live in or where you live in, it is legal. It depends. Where I am, it is perfectly legal. And it is a very effective treatment for depression, but not everybody's comfortable with it. If you're not, go to a doctor. If you're not in an area where it's legal, if you're not comfortable with the thought of it, go to a doctor, talk to them about treatment. There is a depressive energy here. It looks like you're trying to fight your way out of it. You are here for a reason, and then kindness counts. Okay, so you have been trying to heal some things as well. You've been trying to reach out. You've been trying to have a new beginning. You've largely been successful. You've been trying to overcome. This group has so much on it. I also have a despair and destruction curse. That when I said I had a curse on me, and I don't know why somebody cursed me. I don't. I just know that reader after reader and psychic that I really, really trust kept describing a woman that I could not identify. The only thing that might have happened is her partner might have had feelings for me and I didn't ever know it, and she cursed me. It has long since been removed. It can't get to me again. I did not actually interact with this person's partner as far as I know, because I still don't have a partner. Freedom and illumination. Okay, since I have so many, this is the one group you might need a professional. You might need a professional. do everything free first. And I always tell people that whenever and people will comment about this, I never offer spell work in readings. If somebody wants spell work from me, they have to ask for it, and I will always tell them to do free things first. The reason being is that it would really not benefit anybody, including myself, to not try and help somebody. If somebody has been cursed, they need help more than I would need the fee. And so trying to help them in the free manner is always going to be my first step. And that's what I'm telling you now. Listen, somebody here does have a despair and destruction curse on them, and I'm very sorry. It does have to do with a relationship, with a connection that you've had. It's a heartbreak curse. You should feel like, I've had it. It's terrible, and I'm really, really sorry. It will get better. You can get better. Mine did have to be professionally removed because it was apparently whoever did it went to a professional, and I was not a professional spellcaster at the time. Most professionals will not mess with another professional. We're too well protected, and then who in the world wants to lob spells back and forth? I was not professionally practicing magic at the time. And it was a despair and destruction curse. Quite frankly, those can be designed to end somebody's life. And mine was, but I had divine intervention. And that was prevented. You also have the guardians, angels of the four directions. You do as well. Try all the free things first. Work on your root chakra, your sacral chakra, and your solar plexus chakra to get rid of fear. You have almost crippling anxiety and fear. If this is describing you, that's what's happening. You will have moments where you can't even imagine ever hoping for something, ever looking forward to something. It's like clinical depression on steroids. For other people, this is ancestral, and again, manifests mostly through mood disorders and addiction. This is the most complicated group, and I want more cards. All right, what about the ancestral people? Patience. I accept that everything happens in divine order. You are working off that karma. That's good. Balance. Work on your chakras. I bring a state of perfect harmony into my world, and I do so without judgment. And then purpose. I know what I'm here to do. You should feel very directed. I want just a little bit more because I have so many things going on here. Can I get some advice for the people who appear to genuinely have a freaking curse on them? And pardon me, it can be a little startling because this looks like an actual professional working to me. And you really don't. Okay. First chakra, Archangel Michael. Yep, Michael fought the devil and won. You have a curse on you. And don't be afraid. And by the way, remember, in honor of Insurance Agent John, this is a form of entertainment. I'm not trying to frighten you. They can be broken, and quite frequently, you can often have them broken yourself for free. There we go. But there is somebody here who, you contact a professional you trust. I don't like this. There's one here that is clearly discombobulating me because it's just more serious than I like to see anything. Somebody here also already tried to have it removed, and the way you had it removed didn't prevent from reattachment. So it's come back. Your angels, your guardian angels and spirit guides should be strategy. They should be trying to contact you, particularly through dreams, trying to guide you to the people who can help you. Go forward behind a mask. This is awfully similar to what happened to me. I don't think you necessarily know who did this to you. I don't think you necessarily know who did this to you or why. It might have had something to do with money or stability. All that glitters. There's jealousy involved here too. The one that involves a personal connection is the one that I think is the most serious. What have we got? The thinking man. 5th chakra, Archangel Gabriel. This is the power that I channel. What do you want me to say? Okay. I'm sorry. I'm going to keep going here just for a second. I don't have spooky in here because I don't use a divine message deck normally. That's why that startled me so much. Whenever magic is around, what I interact with, it doesn't dig it. Doesn't like it's not against it, but that is something separate from my channeling work. This is you need a spiritual cleansing. You need a spiritual cleansing. You probably need to have your home cleansed as well. This is not going to apply to everybody. And by the way, if this doesn't, then yay. Some of you just have some healing work to do. Some of you need to stop giving into an ancestral curse that has you wedded to substances that are hurting you. Break free of that and you will break the curse. You don't need anybody to do that for you. But I do have people here who you have just been flat out cursed. And okay, so the Gabriel message was also that was for the people who are bound by addiction. Please, you can overcome this. Rock bottom and then rescue. If you ask for help, it will be given. That's what he's doing here. Good. I was so frightened there for a moment. I'm like, wait, the divine wants me to talk about curse breaking. How bad is this curse? Not all that bad. Deception. Someone's wearing a false self-mask in this relationship. This, by the way, is once again the official Romance Angels deck. I got it from Japan. It did come with a Japanese guidebook. The reason being is I had been using a 2008 reprint from, I think, Hayes House or something. And I just didn't like it. This is the deck that essentially I lost going between my personal office. True love. This is the romance of a lifetime. Let go of control issues. Allow the situation to unfold naturally. Okie dokie. That did not address anything in this. Okay. Oh God, there's so many scenarios here. I beg your pardon. So for the divine intervention one, you do have the power to break through this. You are suffering from addiction. You are suffering from addiction, or somebody you love is. Because I have the Two of Cups connection. This is a soulmate connection. You're feeling their energy sometimes. That's what's wrong. You can have healing magic sent to them as well. You can do healing magic for them as well, trying to free them from addiction. That is the ancestral, has been following their family for many generations curse. That did have to do with what was done versus somebody invoking things and throwing them. That's the easiest one. That's the one that is saying if you reach out to the divine, they will reach back. Call to the guardians who guard the four corners to aid you and to protect you in this and all that you do. That is what whenever I need protection, that's what I call to. Call to those angels. They will interact with you, particularly in your sleep. Freedom and illumination. Divine light will free you from that particular instance. And then I do have somebody who has, again, it's a professional working on you. It is a despair and destruction curse. Hey, what I've got for that particular energy is somebody. You already have somebody in your life that you could go to and be like, hey, I think that you can do this. Help me. And they will be able to. Now, there is a reason that they may have to charge you, and that is it takes a tremendous amount of energy to break through darker magics. So they may have to charge you, but it is well worth it. It is well worth it to try and be free of that. In the meantime, and if you can't afford it, then call to the guardians who guard the four corners, ask for divine intervention, ask to be freed. Genuinely reach out, something reaches back. Always work on your root chakra. It is where fear is the thing that fuels a lot of darker magics. If somebody can make you afraid, they can kind of rule your universe, and that is a little bit what has happened. So group number 4, That was another yes, unfortunately. Um, I did have a solid kind of no, by the way. I did have a solid no. It has not been wall-to-wall curses in here. Um, go towards the light. Always go towards the light. That is interacting with higher vibrations. You might need a professional working, but before you do anything, before you start like throwing money at a situation, throw energy at it, because money is energy. So if you start interacting and you really commit to energetically cleansing your home, energetically cleansing your space, doing meditations every day to clean up your chakras, that's you taking that same energy that goes into the money that you earned and trying to do it yourself. Sometimes you're too impeded energetically to help yourself, but start there. Always start with the things that are available to you. Always start with asking for help from beyond, and you will be guided to what is the right answer for you. I wish this had been a lighter read, but do know that for everybody, good things are happening. Good things are happening, and you're almost free. If you liked this reading, or at least found it helpful, please hit the subscription button over there or down below. Don't forget to drop a comment in the comment section down below, and I will enter you in my 60-minute free reading giveaway. I give away a 60-minute live streamed reading once a month, every month for the remainder of 2020. If you would like to book me for a private reading or to see what services I offer, there's information on how to do that in just a moment. It's in the end credits. My website has all the information you would need on that. And then I am still jumping on live once a week, usually, to give away readings to people who simply can't afford a private reading. Also to new subscribers, if you'd like to join me, I do give away it's about a 5-minute free reading. There are recordings of it. You'd be surprised how much I can get done in 5 minutes. And Hannah keeps a very extensive list. So even if you subscribe now and you can't catch me for 5 months, she's going to know. She keeps a list of who's had a reading. With that in mind, if you are a returning subscriber, if you're a returning person, then there is a $5 fee to be read, and that's simply because of an energy exchange. I can't give away high-level energies without receiving something in return, and so that's why. Group number 4, there's just one more thing I'd like to say to you. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Know that even if there is something, dark and energetically draining on you, you have power. You have power. The fact that you're able even to come here and start interacting with something, all is not lost. All is not lost. No matter what, keep going towards the light. Keep reaching for the answers and keep asking for help, and you will receive it. Take care. Be well. Thank you so much for joining me. I'll see you next time.